I'm Joel Bump with RDL, and we're here at InfoComm 2015 reviewing some of the products that we're introducing at this show. This series of products here consists of Dante interfaces that interface between a Dante network and traditional analog mic and or line level inputs and outputs. The first panel that we're going to look at shows two products. These products both have line level outputs from a Dante network. The upper product has 4 and the lower product has 2 outputs. The relative level of the output level, if there is audio flowing, is represented on green LED. There's one LED that corresponds to each of the Dante audio channels, and it varies in intensity depending on the amplitude of the output that is coming from the unit. The rear panel has detachable terminal blocks for the audio connections, standard RJ45 for the Ethernet connection, and then it's got a couple of power connections as well. Each of these models is available either with PoE or without PoE. The reason for the two models is because if you are installing it in a place where you don't need to use the power over Ethernet, there's no point in spending the additional cost for that circuitry, so it's a cost-saving measure. If you are using a PoE-powered model, those are still equipped with the terminal block and DC power inputs, and you can locally power these using a 24-volt DC power supply that's available separately. If you are powering it using the external supply, the PoE becomes your emergency backup power, and this unit, all of the units in this series, will reserve the power from the PoE switch, so the switch will not give that power away to another port. This one keeps it reserved, and if it needs to switch to it, it will switch over to it without rebooting, even in a brownout situation. So as we move over to the next panel, these two products have the same output circuits that I just described on the first two products, the 4-line outs and the 2-line outs, but these products add line level inputs. So as we take a look at the 4-input model, there's a dual LED VU meter provided for each of the inputs and a trimmer that allows you to set the correct operating gain for inputs from a minus 10 dBV all the way up through greater than a plus 4 dBU balanced. The inputs on these, again, are on a detachable terminal block, the same as the audio output connections. The third panel of products we'll be looking at is a similar pair of products, but these, instead of having 4 line level inputs, have 4 mic and line inputs. You may notice that there are no audio level adjustments on that, and there's a reason for that. The way these products were designed, there is an unbalanced input on its own set of terminals on the rear terminal block, and that input's already optimized for a minus 10 dBV input. If you connect to the balanced input in the line position, then it's optimized for a plus 4. If you're going to connect microphones to this, which could originate either on a cable or from any traditional wall plate using standard audio wiring, you simply push the switch on the rear, put it in the microphone position, and when that switch is in the microphone position, then that input will provide 48 volts DC of phantom voltage, and it will detect the type of microphone that gets plugged in or connected to the rear panel. If you connect a condenser microphone, the input preamp will apply 40 dB of gain, and if you connect a dynamic mic, it will apply 60 dB of gain. And for more information on any of these products, you can visit our website at www.rdlnet.com/Dante.